Hi class, today we are on Chapter 6, Lesson 7, Equivalent Expressions. We're going to go through 4 vocabulary words and then we're going to take a look at expressions. So a term means each part of an algebraic expression separated by a plus or a minus sign. So this is a term, 3x, 7's a term, and x is a term. Each part of an algebraic expression separated by a plus sign. Terms that contain the same variables and they're to the same power are called like terms. So if we look at our example below, the terms that contain the same variables would be 3x and x. So those are like terms. There's a term without a variable. That is called a constant. It stays the same all the time, constant. So 7 in this case is our constant. And then finally, a numerical factor of a term that contains a variable. Numerical comes from the word number, so it's a number factor that goes with a variable. So for example, 4y, 7x, 3m. We know these are factors because it's multiplication. A factor times a factor means we're multiplying. So it's the number part. So 4, 7, 3 are part of those terms. That's called a coefficient. So let's label our example here. We have 3 terms, T-E-R-M-S, which is part of an algebraic expression separated by a minus sign. So 3x is a term, 7 is a term, and x is a term. The like terms contain the same variables. So 3x has an x and x is an x. So like terms are the 3x and the x. And then the term without a variable would be our 7. So 7 is called our constant. And the number that's attached to the variable is the 3. So 3 is called our coefficient. Off to the side, it's asking you again to take a look at this sample problem. The 3 terms are 3x, 7, and then x. The 2 like terms are 3x and x. The 1 constant is 7, and the 1 coefficient is 3. It's the number attached to the letter. So let's look at a real-world link, games. Andrew's mother gave him a computer and $10 for his birthday. His aunt gave him 2 computer games and $5. So we have an expression here where x represents the cost of each game. Let's take a look at this expression. Andrew's mother gave him a computer game and $10. We don't know how much the computer game costs, so we say it's x. So here's what his mother gave him, x plus 10. And his aunt gave him 2 computer games. So we use 2 in front of the x to show 2 computer games plus 5. Let's take a look at this expression, algebraic expression, and answer the next 2 questions. What is the coefficient of the term 2x? So the number attached to the variable is 2, so the coefficient's 2. How many terms are in the expression? Go back up to your definition. A term is a part of an algebraic expression separated by a plus or a minus sign. So x is a term, 10 is a term, 2x is a term, and 5 is a term. So there are 4 terms. If I were to ask you how many constants there are, you could say there's 2 constants. Those are the numbers that just stand alone. 10 is 10. It can't be changed. It's constantly a 10. 5 is 5. It can't be changed. Okay, our like terms, if I asked you our like terms, would be x and 2x because they both have the same variables. All right, this is going to help us in our next part of this lesson called Simplifying Expressions. Stay tuned for the next lesson. Have a great night.